Do you know why you've made the decision to do what you're doing right this moment? Are you present enough to even know why you're doing what you're doing at this very moment? My name is Carmen.
And I'm Darius, and welcome to the Wealth Nation channel, where financial freedom isn't just a dream, it's a reality.
In today's video, we are going to challenge why you are doing the things that you're doing so that we can have a bigger conversation so that you can start taking ownership of your own lifestyle. Now, we are going to shift gears just slightly because I was having a conversation by myself during my walk this morning.
Did you answer?
Yeah, I answered and it said, talk to Darius. So I can reference the B-roll here. I was literally walking in the neighborhood and I had the camera and I was just out of breath and it was shaky. And I was like, no, let's sit down in our studio where we can have this conversation. So Darius, I want to bring this topic to you today. What I was thinking is, as I was literally walking right this morning, I was watching all of our neighbors leave for work. And I was thinking again, like it took me back to thinking about the life that we lived where we were always commuting and going to work. Now, we have been watching a movie on loop regularly. It's called Wish. Mm-hmm. And this is a Disney movie that we've been watching because our daughter loves it. So the story behind Wish, and I'll get to the point, is that the citizens of this country literally give their wish, which is their ultimate desires. They give it from their heart and they give it to the king at the age of 18. And they give it to the king so that the king can hold it for safekeeping and then grant it to them one day. Now, what I thought as we continue to watch this movie over and over again, I'm like, how silly is that? Like, why would you do that? Mm-hmm. And then it dawned on me, and I know we've had this conversation, like we do it every day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we did it in corporate America where we were always looking for some sort of external validation, like either it's a salary or it's a title or, it's some sort of status, whatever it is. Like we gave away our deepest desires and traded it for something else. And then we were waiting for that validation to be turned and somehow it was going to be bigger and grander or whatever it is. Right. So the reason why I'm having this conversation today is because I want to challenge you all to think about, why are you doing the things that you're doing? Are you owning your lifestyle or are you being owned? And that's where you just have to have a serious deep dive conversation with yourself, because there may be instances where you think you are owning your lifestyle when really the carrot that's being dangled is owning you. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because I know when we were doing W2, I was a engineer and I went to school to be an engineer, and I thought I was passionate about being an engineer, but in going to my 9 to 5, I lost something along the way. I lost my drive for the reason why I want to do what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I was just giving up my time in order to get this paycheck.
Exactly.
Not everybody has this experience. Mm-hmm. Some people are doing exactly what they want to do and they would do it for free. Mm-hmm. That's all well and good, but I think what the conversation you're having is the people that get up every day and they're not fulfilled with what they do. They always feel like there's something missing, and they frustrated. They have to get up and do what they are trading their time to do. Yeah, and maybe want to do something different.
Yeah. And now what happens at the end of the story, so spoiler alert for those of you who may go watch the movie.
We watch this movie a lot because we have a 3-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. We can sing all the songs. Test us. I got you. So the thing is at the end of the movie, what happens is that the king, of course, turns to be evil, and then he's not going to let the wishes be granted. And then what happens is the individual citizens realize that they have always had the power themselves to be the best version of themselves, for them to do whatever it is that they wanted to do. And they were always looking for the king's permission to make things happen. So I'm sharing this story and this thought with you today is like to empower you to know that for those of you who aren't in alignment with, those heartstrings, that you have the ability to do whatever it is that you want to do. The only thing that's keeping you back is fear. And fear is just the gap between knowledge and ignorance. Right? That's all fear is just the gap. So once you're able to fill that gap and go towards the line of knowledge, and you realize that you can really become and do and create whatever ownership means for you. And I keep going back to this because when we think about ownership or own your own lifestyle, like we say here on the Wealth Nation channel, It's not just a fancy financial phrase about owning your debt or owning a lot of the things that we say. It's about taking ownership of literally your lifestyle, because the only way that, to your point, you're going to be fulfilled is when you're able to really do the things that you want to do.
Yeah, and I think to your point though, step number one is awareness.
Yeah.
It wasn't until after the fact I became aware of what I was doing.
Yes.
So
do you know why you're doing and why you're doing it?
Yeah,
awareness.
Are you aware of what you're giving up to get that paycheck? Mm-hmm. Are you aware that that feeling that you have is a result and not the root cause of why you feel the way you do? Mm-hmm. So if we can be aware of our root cause, then we can start making adjustments in our lives to address it. Addressing it head on is, I think, we fear it.
Totally.
We fear what we'll uncover. We fear what the unknown of what we'll learn about ourselves, and we need to face that head on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so then the bigger conversation that we're having is the consciousness and the awareness of doing whatever it is that you need to be doing. And what value are you bringing to the world? Right? So the value, what are you bringing to your family? What are you bringing to yourself? What are you bringing to your dependents or whomever it is? Because while you're out discovering the best version of yourself, you need to make sure that you have the financial stability in place to ensure your family while you're out doing all the things that you want to be, do, and have, right? Because far too often are we striving to be entrepreneurs? Are we striving to create the next invention? Or are we just trying to be the best damn W-2 worker we possibly can be? We completely underestimate the value that we're bringing into our families' lives by under-insuring ourselves. Right? We already know, we say it all the time, 50% of America does not have life insurance. And as I bring all of this together, thinking about why are you doing what you're doing? Are you in alignment with what it is that you know that you should be doing, your deepest desires? Because people say life is too short. You might as well enjoy the things that you're doing. So we want our Wealth Nation family. We want the Wealth Nation to love what you're doing, to become the best versions of yourself, and also to ensure that you can create a legacy for yourself while you're out working so hard, doing the things that you love doing.
Yeah, and to your point, when we don't value ourselves, we seek value in other things.
External gratification.
External gratification, which means we start to consume things more and more because it doesn't fill that void. Mm-hmm. So we just constantly consuming the latest gadgets and the more expensive cars and the biggest houses, when we're looking at these things to fill a void that can't be filled. Mm-hmm. So we end up going into debt and not having any money to do the things that we actually want to do. Mm-hmm. So we go in and we look in our savings account when something comes up and we don't have it because we consumed all of our money trying to fill a void because we don't see the value in ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, I was thinking about like true financial freedom. Not only do we want freedom just for our lifestyle, we want freedom of time. We want all of these things, right? But when I think about true financial freedom, as I was literally walking in the neighborhood by myself today, filming myself like an idiot.
Nobody saw you because they were at work.
Okay, I see you. Well, the thing that I thought that just like really made me think about was like true financial freedom. And what I mean by this is that if I were to pass away, I know that the one thing that will never happen to the family is that you all will be strapped for cash.
Right.
I feel like that is such a gameplay. Like if we can't put you on game, I don't know what is. Like that is true financial freedom, that if a member of your family passes away, you are not going to be bankrupt, right? You may not know what to eat, but the last thing you're going to be have an issue with is money.
Right.
Right. And the same thing goes vice versa.
We have the opportunity to mourn without having to worry about finances.
Exactly. And that to me, I feel like is the ultimate financial freedom, because as we are blessed to be able to be in this business as life insurance agents and to help our families who have loved ones who pass away, that's the one thing that we know that we can provide to our families, is making sure that they have some sort of financial backing in place when they lose loved ones. And that's what we are trying to build here at Wealth Nation, right? It's not just about life insurance. It's about a lifestyle of freedom and helping you close the gap wherever that makes makes sense to you. It's about changing your mindset. It's about thinking about the wish that you have. Stop giving it away and hoping that somebody's going to grant it for you. You keep it for yourself and you make it happen. Let us help you make it happen. Whatever you need to do to ensure that you can become the best version of yourself, you can create financial freedom, and you can create the lifestyle or design the lifestyle that you want.
Yeah, and the key to financial freedom is having your money at work and not you at work, because there's a time limit in which you can physically work to your maximum ability. Money doesn't have a maximum. Money continues to work for you even when you're not here. So let's take that in consideration when we want to identify people at work versus money at work.
Yeah. Now, who knew today's theme video, thank you for the conversation, would come from our daughter's cartoon. But there's a lot of profound messages in the Disney movies if you actually take the time to watch them. But the idea today is challenge yourself. Why are you doing what you're doing right now? Is it because you feel like you have to do it? Is it because somebody told you to do it? Are you doing it because you actually want to do it? Just start asking yourself that same question over and over again. Why am I doing this right now? Does it align with the goals? Is this what I actually want to be doing? And figuring out how can you own your own lifestyle so no one else will.
Right. And if you want more information on how to save money or invest money, then check out our next video.
And remember, like I just said, own your own lifestyle.
Or someone else will.